How's it going, Roberto Rodriguez? You're on mute, sir. You need to unmute yourself. I can't hear you. Wide out voice.
Is that better?
That's much better, sir. We can hear you a bit on a touch high. You want to go a bit higher?
All right.
Right, let's do it.
Ready, set. Hey.
Hello there, Robert Rodriguez. We are live, sir.
How are we doing, Kyle?
Tell you what, been looking forward to this.
Yes, sir, we are.
So we are. Tell you what we're going to do. I've got a bit of spiel, so let you just relax into the green room and schmooze on in with an introduction by Azrael. We've got our chat window up. Let me just widen the screen a bit so I can see what I'm doing. It's amazing how a 27-inch monitor, not boasting, folks, about the size of a monitor, is, you know what I'm saying? Just saying that when you've got lots of menus out, it's never big enough, is it? Anyway, moving on.
Just to look at the...
Don't worry, we'll make you bigger. How's that for you, sir? There you go. You can see a cheeky chappy face. Now we are live, and we've got to do this. Don't worry, you're looking good.
Trying to get the best angle.
The best angle. Well, yes, that is a mystery. We always we don't like looking at ourselves in the mirror. Otherwise, we'll be checking out all the infinite angles, and you don't want guys doing that. Bianca Yamakoshi. Hello there, boys. I was looking forward to this. Well, we've been looking forward to having somebody of Gothic noir persuasion, dark-sworded and powerful. We here. So, welcome to the chat, Bianca Yamakoshi. You must see her work. It is powerful, Gothic noir, and the pencils are emotional warmth themselves in blue and warm red and heated, very heated coloring as well. Right, you know what we're missing? We're missing a bit of this. Well, we'll try that again. Here we go. I didn't have it out, folks. Tell you what, we love it when we do that.
Yes, the mood for sure.
Hey, it's dramatic. It's a bit Hitchcock. We used a variety of sounds to kind of echo Hitchcock and Planet of the Apes. People of movie learned culture will know what we're talking about. Right then, tonight, before we get into Robert and our presentation for him, it's a huge welcome back to him, of course. We just wanted a bit of a spiel. Been looking forward to this. The Force is with you, Azrael, but you're not a Jedi yet.
Just yet.
It is not enough to wield. It is not enough to pick up the sword of Azrael. What are you going to do with the wielding of its power? Rend ground of your suffering asunder? For wherever to go, we cannot lose our shadow. Part the sea in two, slice time and space itself. Will we choose freedom? We will have to fight for it. Azrael does not seek followers behind him. He seeks creative leaders to fight side by side by his shoulder. Right, Roberto, we shall move on. Azrael always speaks in riddles. It seems to be an affliction that we have. So, right, we're going to get into it. We're doing it right now. The 5 pillars of storytelling. Live, Azrael Roberto Rodriguez. Art, comics, movies, games, and toys are what we do. Wednesday, 21st of May, faint, slightly later than our 7 p.m. promise. Guys and their promises, do they ever keep them?
Rarely.
Keep your quiet counsel, Robert. We don't want to get you in trouble. You know what we're like. We don't behave ourselves too well. We are
Indeed.
shy and modest, but now and again, some say we misbehave, but not so much. Just a little bit of
Just on Tuesday.
just our yes, mischief, a little with our smile, and the occasional battering of our eyelashes. Host introduction: who, what, why, and how. Hello there. Welcome to the 5 Pillars of Storytelling Live, where we talk art, comics, movies, games, and toys. I'm your host, Azrael. My secret identity is Carl Prometheus, storyteller, artist, and promoter of indie comics, comics and community. Yeah, but we never see any of these things, Azrael. We've seen some of your art. That's broken cover. But what about comics? Let's not talk about ourselves when we have special honored guests on show. Our style is universal, for we like to give to others rather than take. Our style is universal. We can be watched by creative families, creative adults, and the creative younglings. Our motto is to listen, learn, and share. We mind our no swearing in chat. We all drama. We like to welcome people by grace of good manners, of course. Inspiring quote: comics are an international language. They're able to cross boundaries and across the sea, from continent to continent.
From heart to heart.
From heart to heart, you might say, Roberto. And yes, we've got the photographs to prove it. Comics are a bridge between all cultures. Indeed, they are. Some say. Anyway, it's moving swiftly on. Now we are living in the age of comics as air. Both quotes by legend Tezuka. So then, Azrael, you're unusually alive and in good human nature and combative tonight. Oh, that's without sleep. Imagine what we could do
with 8 hours.
Right, ghost introduction. Roberto Rodriguez, prose. Roberto Rodriguez at Rob0797, poet, comic writer, and some fine colorist. You could color like that for me, Roberto. Horror Comic Faint. Issue 1 is live and on Kickstarter. Creator of White Owl. Let's get this right. White Owl. Issue 1 and 2. Issue 3 is on Sign Up. And I think we'll go red in a minute. I don't know why. Sometimes I think it's because we beetroot. A man of mystery, much like our enigmatic selves. We can't help being enigmatic. It's just part of our crazy Irish, Scottish Celticness. A hybrid by time and space, and of legacy. We here. Anyway, what do we say about Roberto Accept? Hello there, and a huge welcome back to special guest Roberto Rodriguez. How you doing, my man?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me once again. I appreciate coming back. I appreciate the invite back.
I tell you what, we've got big 5 questions for you, Roberto. We hope they're big enough. Let's move swiftly on. Who is Roberto Rodriguez? We've put together a slideshow for you and amended it with some lovely details. Listen, Azrael is not known for being a mushy, romantic kind of person with his icy noir heart. Icy both. And you know what? When we saw this, keep it between the two of us because we don't want this conversation clipping. When we saw this, we thought, I'll tell you what, the Holy Grail. Some say, who knows?
Some say.
But you seem to have precious gift as delicate china in your hand.
Indeed.
That's magic. You know, a lot of guys get a lot of bad press, but we can assure you by stats that 80%, perhaps this one in the 1%, are good-humoured, decent, honest, and will put their shoulder to you if you so want it.
If you so need it.
Now we hear tale of most discreet nature. Anyway, who is Roberto Rodriguez? Storytelling influences, comic journey, movies. Well, just tell me about yourself, brother.
All right. Well, actually, from that picture, my biggest baby is missing. I have another one. He's 7 years old.
Oh, God bless him.
That baby's actually sleeping in the room right now. Let's hope it doesn't wake up right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a father of two. I've been writing for a long time now. I have a few novels of my own. I haven't published them yet, but in an attempt to gain an audience, I started writing poetry books. Um, After a while from poetry books, I moved on to comics, and I've been here since.
Poetry, you say?
Poetry,
Mm.
yes, sir.
And that we
Poetry
should.
indeed. Don't know where it came from. It just happened. Same as comics.
I tell you what, by divine will of the Nexus, or beyond that, the great ether.
It was always meant to be.
Well, now that is indeed something to think of by the commune of the stars themselves.
Yes, sir.
Moving on. What does he create? Elevator pitch, convention table. I'm going past your convention table. I go, whoa, that faint comet looks cool. Fancy a bit of that. What do you say to me, Roberto Rodriguez? But Azrael would know.
I would say, I guess the log line that I have on the Kickstarter, which is basically humanity is capable of great monstrosities um, under God's watchful eye. What are they capable of when he turns his gaze away? And just leave it at that. Maybe wait for a question or two.
That's a perfect pitch. I mean, are you suggesting that guys and ladies can be naughty when God isn't watching them, Roberto? What are you saying?
Yes, sir. They could be naughty when God is watching, and they could be so much worse when he turns his gaze away, right?
Indeed, Roberto. We hear word of this. Of course, our saintly selves, being angel, we try to behave ourselves, especially when God's around.
Now, when he turns his gaze away, that's a whole different story, right? It's a whole different type of cheek he's turning away.
It's funny that you speak of cheek, Roberto, for between our cheeks is smile.
Indeed, sir.
What does he create then? The elevator pitch, let's move on. Noir cover, we like this a lot. Noir burns, the horror creeps in through the shadows.
Yeah,
Faint is on campaign.
indeed, sir.
Explain the cover, sir. Why does it, for a noir-hearted creature like ourselves and maybe others? Oh, here we go. We've got to go big screen for this. We need it big.
So the black cover came about because my friend, one of the co-writers, he actually wanted to make the comic black and white. I said, we need to have the colors. The colors look amazing. The color grade is very dark and bleak. It helps the story. So we thought, why not make both? Why not make just a regular colored version, and then whip out the black and white for those who are a little more into the horrific aspects of the story. I think the black just
Only knew the
screams horror.
power of the dark side.
Yes, sir.
Noir-hearted
There we go.
seduction, we say.
Let's see if I show you a page. It is black and white, but there are some colors that you can see through. Not sure if you can see it much
Or
there.
we can see them. We see the noir across continent and time and space itself.
The blood, the stuff, the fun parts are all highlighted in the black and white version. You have even some fire you can see.
Fire, we say. Noir,
Yeah.
fire, seduction itself. How can we look away from such comely vision?
And then the regular colored version is still beautiful. I thought I did not know I was gonna like the black and white version as much as I did until I saw it, and I was like, Jesus, this looks amazing. It puts you right there on the feel and the emotions that we want you to feel.
The feel of emotions.
This is
How
the
ironic.
version.
Do you know, Roberto, we call that noir seduction. You feel free to keep showing it us. Do you know what? 5 minutes of looking into the eyes of your comic book, we would perhaps lose ourselves. Eyes, seas, sparks. Who
Yes,
knows?
we will. Let's just not get possessed just yet.
Let it be. Ah, yes. Demons, angels, that cover, Roberto. Your colouring, sir, is a thing of finessed erotic. Did I say erotic? Sorry, I meant to say exotic wonder.
Exotic, erotic, I'll take it all.
Azrael certainly would. If lead, he would.
Indeed.
Tell you what, I think we should stop that before we take somebody's eye out.
Before possession takes place.
Procession. It's funny you talk of procession. We were of a mind of that. Procession is different by culture. So varied are these. We would seek to be student and be young and learn again.
Indeed. It's a very big theme in this story, you know.
Right then, this story. Who's going to read it? Movie voice, Azrael, or you, Robert? Who's going in?
I can read it.
Do it.
Let's go. The story. Faint is a compelling, horrific narrative that explores the themes of demons and angels in a grand and expansive world. The narrative presents a post-apocalyptic perspective of a world that seems to have been forsaken by a higher power. In a moment of existential turmoil, the All-Father withdraws from his creations, resulting in demons and angels reaching Earth's atmosphere and coexisting alongside humanity.
Yeah.
God's ignorance brings about the incursion or intrusion of demons and angels into a forgotten world. These beings must decipher their purpose as they're subjected to the sins of the flesh.
Are you talking about the sins of the flesh? We wondered why we gone into a trance.
This is what we were talking about possession, right?
Possession and Yonder Horizons, definitely.
The idea is that these demons, where they're from, their realm that is called Faint, as the story is called, they do not have free will. They don't have free will of their own. They can't, they're just predisposed to whatever they were supposed to do or whatever they were made for. Yeah. So when they come to Earth and, they possess humans or host humans, they don't know what this is. They can't explain what the feeling is. It's like, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? So a lot of them get the wrong ideas. They'll start doing things that'll, grant them a quick thrill or a quick emotion, and maybe they like it, maybe they don't, maybe they'll try something else. So in a way, a lot of these demons are just figuring it out as they go, and angels, and that could be for some very bloody and horrific circumstances.
So Roberta, are you saying we can't explain our feelings because they may be of divine astrological design?
It could be. Let's say maybe we're special because of that, right? Angels don't.
You took the words out of Azrael's mouth, Roberto. Pray continue. This is intriguing.
Yes. So the idea is, right, they don't have this free will where they're from. They're coming to experience it here on Earth. Now, angels and demons are very different, where they're from as well. In the realm, Faint, angels are treated as royalty. They are God's first creations, the favorites, let's say. Demons are sort of discarded, just an afterthought. So when they come to Earth, angels can't wrap their heads around the idea that God has forgotten them and has turned away from them. So their privilege and their entitlement makes them come up with an idea that maybe God sent them here for a reason. Maybe God sent the angels here to eliminate humanity. Now, these are the angels. The demons that have been mistreated and discarded, now they have free will. Yeah. So they're given the choice to follow these angels for the All-Father, for God, or rebel against them. Show him that perhaps, you shouldn't have been mistreated. And so they sort of side with humanity to help humanity, make a stand against this horrific narrative.
Free will, you say, Roberta? You mean we have a choice to suffer?
That's a very interesting thought too. You see, there are very deep themes in this story, some of which we don't really get on the first issue, but free will and the creator of evil and all of that stuff within God is a very big and thematic thing that occurs in this story. There is a deeper narrative that we will explore, and that will get explained as we go on. This is a big story. If let me just put the idea on your head now. If angels and demons don't have free will, then how come this infamous presence corrupted Eve, right? One of the first humans, into eating the apple or the forbidden fruit.
Are you saying ladies can be corrupted, Roberto?
I'm saying anybody can be corrupted, especially
Anybody?
when it's a celestial body doing it, right?
Absolutely. Are we blind then in this scenario of yours, Roberto? Can we see?
We can see what is directly in front of us only. We can't see past. Just like the angels can't see past the fact that God forgot about them. You know, they're the favorites. They're the first creation. The All Father will never forget me. So he must have sent me here for a reason.
Yes.
And this mentality, this entitlement, is what sort of makes them the bad guy in the story.
Will we get redemption, Roberto?
I like to think so. Yeah.
Yes. If breath
so.
in our body we have.
At least those of us that deserve it, right?
Or if we choose to seek it by will.
Exactly.
For every day, the path we choose of destiny is our choice or written in the stars. Let us test the boundaries of time and space and our will and freedom to choose. Roberto, what profound philosophy you have. Made us think you have.
It is a
Tell us
very
of this cover, please.
thesis. That right there is I've been showing this character a lot on the promo, but I just gotta say he does not appear. This purple fire hair guy, he does not appear on the first issue of Faint. He's a very, very important character in the story, and his introduction must have weight. But he is the face of Faint, and he is a character that will take the story all the way to the end.
Okay.
I can say this: the character he's holding in his hands is the protagonist. His name is Uama. You spell Uhama. Uama. He is an atheist. He has a cross tatted on his forehead. The idea is that this guy, he has a heart of gold. He wants to help. He lives to be of service to people, although he does not believe in a higher power. He does not need that belief to sort of work as a moral compass, right? He's past this. But now we're dropping him into a world that is forgotten by the one thing that he's rejected his whole life, God. So this story may just force him to believe.
Indeed. Indeed. Maybe life and astrological design will architect our belief.
Yeah.
If we can see the serendipity and sigils of the signs before us, for we have to accept and embrace them. Well, we do not have to, but it is our choice to embrace them. If we're stuck on an island, wherever that geography continent may be, sometimes boats sail past, little, medium, and large, vehicle of our persuasion. And you might think, no, I'm waiting for this other boat that's coming. But if all those boats sail past, there are opportunities that can slip through our fingers like sand.
That reminds me of a religious joke I've heard once.
Oh, as long as it's clean, Roberto, you bad boy, you. Do tell us.
So it's basically this. There is someone who fell from a boat. He's lost at sea, right? Now, a boat passes by and tells this guy, "Hey, you need help? Come on board. We'll help you out." This guy said, "No, it's okay. I'm praying. God is gonna help me." So the boat leaves. Then another one comes, asks him the same thing. He said, "No, it's okay. I'm praying. God is gonna save me." So that one also leaves. Now, by the time this guy, something happens, he goes to heaven and speaks to God. He says, "God, Why didn't you help me? Why couldn't you save me? God tells him, well, I sent you 2 boats. I sent you people.
Now we are listening. You have commanded our attention, sir, by way of fair
I sent
humor.
2 people to help you out. Sure, it wasn't, the divine intervention. It wasn't God raising him from the water, but he did send a couple good, kind-hearted people that were willing to help, and the men didn't listen. That's basically the joke. But I just want to say that this comic will have a lot of religious tropes. It's not in any way sort of bashing it. I like to think it's just it's a different idea that I've never seen before, and that it's like the comic itself. It's about friendship,
Friendship,
It's
where
about
all
friendship.
things start to bloom.
Exactly, because you see, so something that I haven't really mentioned is that all of our main characters, or all of our central characters in the story, for any of them to be able to survive, they will need a demon or an angel. This means
Mm.
that all of our main characters are basically split into 2 personas at all times. We have 2 personalities, 2 characters within each of them. And the story is how they connect,
Indeed, we have.
is how they connect in a way that you can never connect with anybody else, right? Because now, when a demon uses you as a host or possesses you, they can see
Possession, you say?
they can see your memories, they can feel your emotions, they can see your entire life. Now, imagine
Now, I think I'm going to start blushing if somebody could read our mind
that's what,
and
and
not
then
know
he's
all
in
the
there,
things that
he's in there
we've
at all times. He's in there at all times. He sees what you saw. He feels your emotions. Now it's up to this demon or angel to say, hey, listen, maybe I understand this guy. Or maybe I felt, whatever he felt in that traumatic experience. Maybe I want to help him. Maybe we're now connected in a way that is, I've never seen before. It's different. Maybe I love this guy, right? So it's
Roberto, insightful you are. For if trauma we have experienced, let us heal this person if love or compassion is in our hearts.
exactly.
From one soul connected to another soul. Got to say hello to K-Pop Junkie, the queen of indie comic promotion, is in the chat tonight, joining Bianca Yamakoshi.
Joining the horror.
Let the girls, the ladies, team up, giggle. We won't watch while you're giggling. So as long as you're behaving yourself in chat, that's all we say. We'll just watch as you giggle. So anyway, is that K-pop smiling? K-pop. Do you know she does the best indie comic promotion? What she does is catch campaigns that just need a bit of a push to get over the funding deadline, and great at it. And sometimes she's sent people over to us, and we've pushed as well.
Nice.
Shoulder to shoulder.
I've seen
kind of
more videos, K-pop.
She's one of these people. She'll go shoulder to shoulder with people who need help and help push that Sisyphean boulder together. She's not frightened of getting her hands on the boulder and giving it a good push. And also, she has the most unusual guests on her show. Without shadow of doubt, I'm looking at her thinking, where does she get her guests from? Some Oriental people, from Japan and that, I think Korea. And over the years, she's built up her, shall I say, her, what do you call them? I guess friends, and promotes them and so forth, So sorry, we're doing compliments there. Are we allowed to just check my lawyer? We're allowed to do compliments on the show. It's okay. We're good. Right then. Yes, woo-woo. And what's this? Never what?
That's the big one that was.
Hey, how's it going? The bigger one. Give you a wave. Hello, bigger one.
He's just coming from school.
Just coming from school. God bless him.
Hey, Ashley's sleeping. Jesus.
Well, we could use his help, especially with us being a guy.
That's the wife.
So behind us judging right now. Oh, come on, K-pop. Like, yeah, you've got it all.
I'm sure that demand is crazy.
Hey, we're all crazy. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Some of us are just goofy, weird nerds.
I like to think of myself as goofy, even though I'm writing this, extremely dark stories.
Hey, we've got another one. It's a pylon in the 5 Pillars of Storytelling, issue 21, live 21 tonight. We've got Master Star Million of the existential noir, the Orium Saga, which
The
by
cover.
any order of magnitude is a beaut. Have a little look at Roberto's Star Million. That cover is on fire. Oh yes.
Quite literally, right? You have the fire on the back here.
Hey Roberto, you convinced me. The cover's on fire. I tell you what, Star Million brother, it's great to have you here. Did a couple of promos for him.
Nice.
Star Million and the Tomb of Reckoning, brother Dio, we call are the yin and yang of indie comics, and we do not say that lightly. We have only 2 comics in our top 5, but we think Orium Saga and the Tomb of Reckoning are going to crash into our indie comic top 5. That would be unprecedented. We did a couple of promos for them free of charge, put them on our site, and they've gotten to what, 50, 25, 50 views straight away. They're on fire.
Beautiful.
We might do a promo for you one of these days, you charming fellow. You, we know we like the cut of your jib, sir, and your cloth. Hi, Star. Oh, we got the chat. We like it when the chat starts popping off. Don't we? We're going to get back to you, Roberto. We hope you're going to be like the lawyer from The Simpsons. By the time we finish with you, we hope you've got a big window to kind of like run and jump out of. We'll put together a presentation for you. Right, let's move on. Variant cover. You talked about the noir black and white, which appeals to my icy noir heart. Our noir icy noir heart. What about the exotic color in noir darkness? Tell us about this.
So the color is still very it's color graded in a way that's very, it's still dark, right? It's still very bleak.
Go on, we're listening.
But you can see it here. It's not very vibrant colors. It's a very faded. The saturation is a little down. It's still a little vibrant. You still get all those reds, all those greens. You still get all the colors that it has there, but it's just a very bleak, atmospheric color grade, and that's the one that we use for the entirety of the issue. I wish I had the official, the originals before the color grade, just so you can see the difference. But it's very faded, bleak, atmospheric almost, right? You still got all the colors in there. You can still see everything, but I think it just goes with the mood of the comic.
Do you know what? Who was it that said that? Yes, art. Matisse said Picasso was form, Matisse was color, and what he said, and it's good that you've shown us some of the color there. Your selective use of color for we call that narrative color to go with the ambient theme. What Matisse said, he said this: without atmosphere. No, it wasn't Matisse. It was Rembrandt. Rembrandt said, without mood, there is nothing. And what you've got there, sir, is mood. We call it,
thank you,
in your case, mood noir.
Mood noir. I like it. Mood, style, emotion.
Indeed.
It is introducing you into the world of Faint. It is showing you what you're gonna experience, what's coming.
Yeah.
This is only an introductory issue, so we've got to sort of tell you what you should expect to experience, and let you know what kind of world you're reading into. It's not the super colorful, super vibrant colors that you're used to seeing somewhere else. It is a darker narrative, a darker reality.
Narrative color. I tell you what, thou art of similar mind to us. In our business plan, we call it, our terms are mood noir, specifically from our business plan, and narrative color. Want a 9th business plan? There will be a 10th one.
What?
It will be the final one.
It won't be the final. It'll be the final.
We shall add to it as living, breathing document. Now, very interesting. The way you use colors as weapon on the eyes of your fans and audience. They will be seduced surely by that lovely exotic. We're trying to use the right word this time. We said that other word last time, but exotic is a color. We are family friendly, honest folks. Let's move on before it's just something about your work brings it out of me, out in us, Rodriguez. Tell us about this one here. Is this Nemesis?
Yeah. This is our official cover. This is the colored version.
Go on then.
Right here. You've got 4 characters in here. Like I was speaking before, everyone is basically, yeah, that's kind of a spoiler. You have some characters in this cover. This is the initial. I don't want to say rivalry. But it's the two most important characters of the story. You've got our main character, the guy with the white hair, Uama, is his name.
Cool design.
Thank you. A lot of people were saying Ghost Rider. I'm like, I guess.
Did you design it and then your artist actually drew it for the cover? Did you? Are these your designs?
So not really my designs. So we're a team of three. It's me, my brother, my friend. My friend actually has dozens of drawings of this guy's, and we're talking about things that date back to 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Now a warrior you are, sir. The valor we see in your face.
It's been on the works for a while now. Let's see if I find some of his
tell us more.
His concept art that he drew before. Right here.
Right, so look then, we're going to put you up on big. Oh yes, we love that.
This was done in like 2021.
2021, you say?
Yeah.
Seems
but
to God's toy with us. Significant events in 2021, though. You are aligned, sir, with destiny.
Yeah. You see, the idea was that my friend was initially going to draw this comic, but he, funny story. This is actually the first comic I've ever written before White Owl. I wrote this first, and we were supposed to release it, but like I said, my friend was supposed to draw it. He has a daughter. He has a full-time job. He just didn't have the time. After months of waiting, I said, you know what? I'll make my own comic. And
good man.
That's where White Owl came about. So now, fast forward a few issues later, we're finally getting back to Faint, and we're finally gonna release it. Good so man. Now we'll have two comics ongoing at the same time. Yes, sir.
Rodrigo. Robert, sir.
Yes, sir.
Would you like a double dare?
I would like a triple dare if you have.
Oh, we wield that one with extreme care. We don't want to surprise somebody to death.
But what am I signing up for?
You don't know now, but we're going to tell you anyway. We've got a double dare for you. You're the first one. You're not the first one on our social media to have it. The first one. Oh, that's cool, man. Good man. We like your designs.
Thank you.
We've got a dare for you. That looks cool. We like the expressive nature. Raw concept art.
Yeah.
Is to us seductive. Now we issued this by decree. John's long books of heroic tales. Yeah. He showed some of his artwork. I said, I wish I could draw. A lot of people stop when they're 11 and they take different options. But what happens is, when you stop your development.
Yep.
So that eye that looks like kind of Egyptian Coptic, just like a oval with a dot in it.
Right.
That doesn't get the chance to be what you actually perceive, and then you don't learn the mechanics. This is just the mechanics. This is true. When you learn how to see, then you train the muscles to do it. Yeah. And so what we'd say, we laid the gauntlet down. We said, you draw the rest of your comic in that style as a variant, and we'll buy it.
You think?
You know what I'm going to say to you now, don't I? Yeah. We're going to say to you, if you draw Faint and White Owl in your natural drawing style, and White Owl, maybe the issue one of both. We'd like the issue one of both, if you don't mind. Right. We will put it in there. You can shadow your artist and just like copy him and draw in his style, yeah? As long as it's in your hand. This is the first time we've done this on the Five Pillars of Storytelling live. Exclusive offer of extra Wonga. Here's my our Nottingham Forest wallet. Yes, Azrael does have a wallet. It's got a few mothballs inside of it, and what the moths will actually flutter away. But here's our wallet. You bring us 2 PDFs of Faint and White Owl at your standard digital rate. We will buy both. Yeah, in your style. That's the double dare. Think you can handle it?
I can do some. Let me show you just so you can see my art style.
Let's see it.
There's a reason I don't draw these. But it's different when you like color or when you do like the
Oh,
graphic
you can color
design.
it. You can color it because it'll
Oh,
be a PDF. You
yeah,
know what
I
I mean?
color this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got the coloring. So imagine your own artwork colored like that.
Let's
Already, it's going to go up a gear, isn't it?
let's see. I have so when we started the process, when my friend was gonna draw it, I used to draw him sort of concept arts,
Okay, go on.
so he can draw it. I'm gonna show you what I drew and then what the actual panel is supposed to be.
We are intrigued.
It'll be a little funny. Okay, so do I have it here? Okay, so this is this panel. You see him right here
Yeah, yeah.
walking home, right? He's opening the door. The
Uh-huh.
idea is he just bought groceries, right? He's walking back home.
Oh,
This
what
is
a
my
gent.
this is my
He's
concept.
gone shopping for his lady friend.
This
Let's
is
have a
my
look.
concept art.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you're going to. So you could give us Faint number 1 and White Owl 1 in that style.
I can try. I can certainly
You
try.
can try. Why don't you just do a little bit when you've got some spare time, page a day, and when you have found it, tell us. Yeah, yeah. We see
He's cooking.
it's cooking. Tell you what, we don't mind the art style, but color it with your radiant color. Tell us when you've done. If don't care if it takes a year. Yep. When you've done with work and you've got spare 5 minutes, yeah. That's your style, yeah. That's
I can
Robert.
definitely try. Jeez, I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see it.
Oh, we can see it. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're on big screen.
Okay,
That's
so this
lovely.
right here is my concept art.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was my friend. That's what
I'll
he
tell you
did.
what, your concept art isn't too bad, sir. I just think a bit more confidence.
And some time.
If you shadowed, no, keep it up. We're on this. Have a look. You've got ruler there. We've got the Copic markers. If you shadow your artist, just to give you a bit of an extra leg up.
Right.
Get both of them done. Say, Azrael, you all talk. Where's my money, man?
I'm actually we're gonna do a I was thinking of doing a few pages just like these sort of posters full of the concept art because we have so much, man.
That would be good. That'd be a good idea. Look, is that going to be like a tiered bonus?
Like again, my art, my concept art.
Okay, you give us we're the gauntlet that we're throwing down before you gracefully, gently done, teasing, but it's not teasing as we're not going through. If you get that your style in Faint 1 and White Owl 1 by way of PDFs, radiantly colored, because your coloring is very unique.
Come on, nice. I think
you come on. You've got to have confidence in that coloring. You do, don't you? In your coloring.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Well, there you go. Imagine you doing that with your pencils and them coming together. It'd be utterly unique. We like the concept art is cool, and what we like is you carrying the concept art around with you.
Yeah, no, I have a
in your phone in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. I have a.
You're walking the talk, Roberto, aren't you?
Basically what we're doing.
There's
a lot. There's a lot I haven't even shared.
Yeah.
It's just us working about a year ago. Well, in 2021 actually when we started.
2021, a cosmic date. We're here.
Yeah, this one's a little. Let's see if you can see that.
Very nice. We like that one. What can you reveal what that character is, or is that classified?
So this, I can tell you his name.
Go on, tell us his name.
That character's name is Perseroth. That is an angel. His human, I don't want to say counterpart, but his human host, his name is Lazarus.
Indeed.
That's this guy right here.
Mm-hmm. The metaphysical demon astral projection thing over his head.
That's just basically what his demon form looks like. So this is just him, his regular body, and then he's just the face.
So you've got a human body, and then you've actually got a metaphysical demon version, almost like a duality we were saying earlier, just to prove we were listening, of angels and demons, that we have both in us. We get to choose the light or the darkness. It is a choice we make, yeah?
Exactly.
We like the fact you're actually carrying around the concept in your pocket. It's almost like you're manifesting your destiny.
Yeah. I always have it on me.
I
just go through it.
Yeah. And then, every day you're saying, I'm making this. I'm serious about it.
Yeah.
Now, a side question. You don't have to answer this because we generally don't talk about politics, sex, and religion in polite company. However, the subject of Faint is somewhat religious in terms of its scenario.
Yeah.
Are you get? We won't ask it. We're going to move on because we've got loads of slides to get through. All right, here we go. What's happening here, sir?
This is actually from the very first page of my comic. I can actually tell you what's happening here. I don't think it's a
spoiler.
I don't think it's a spoiler. Where is he? Right here. So the idea is that the earth, it's not only that demons and angels are coming into the earth. The earth is slowly dying. People are dying. A lot of the population is just like being ravaged by diseases and all these other stuff. And obviously, crazy people. So there's these guys with the hazmat suits. They are sort of one last group to sort of try to clean up the city. So they're just going around picking up bodies and putting them on trucks and getting them away from the streets. So then one of these guys is a newbie, he's on his first day. So then they carry this guy who they think is dead. And before putting him on the truck, he wakes up. Not dead. So then, he kind of gets
the truck.
Yeah, he kind of gets spooked. So it's just basically like a page to show you the kind of world that this character's living in. Right.
Oh, wait a minute. We've got to put you on big screen, sir, because all of your... Oh, yeah. Here we go.
And then you see this guy laughing about it right here. Because that's just another day for him, right?
Okay, Robert. We can't take any more. We're going to back it. We're Team White Owl. White Owl. But we're going to back it. You've just convinced us about half an hour ago.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right. You're okay, brother. So I tell you what, it's just, we like passion. We don't want perfection. If you give us your pencils challenge and you radiate them with your lovely, exotic, using the right word, coloring, we want to support creatives. In that 1 to 1,000 mark where everybody usually complains, was the backing, where's the support? Well, that's where Azrael is, as we will live and breathe, because we want to help put our shoulder, our modest frame to it. We weren't so modest though when we were lifting 150 kilograms. We did have the help of Lord Maul, who trained us wisely for 2 years. He's the kind of guy you don't want to mess with. He was only 5'7", but I tell you what, he knew kendo, martial arts, and could squat.
Hey, they say that the shorter someone is, the closer you are to hell, right? I only say that because I'm a short guy too. I'm also 5'7".
You are mighty in stature, sir. Don't have no fear of that. Thou art lying to us.
Indeed.
So I tell you what, that picture we've just seen. Do you think that's the near future for us? Don't answer that because we don't do sex, politics, religion in the show. That was a rhetorical question. Moving swiftly on. Tell us about this. Is this Nemesis? Azrael, you've been really naughty tonight. What's up with you?
So this character, his name is Hawkeye. Just Hakai, Hawkeye. He is Uhama's best friend. They live together. There's a reason why his eyes are sort of glowing, right? He's looking at someone with very malicious intent. I can't say who that person is. I can't say why.
No, we cannot. For we are bound by discretion.
But let's just say it's nothing pretty.
Oh, I don't know. Some eyes can be very pretty. But anyway, you're saying it's not pretty. He's got these yellow eyes and he is somewhat malintended.
Indeed. Let's see if I find that page here.
Oh, please do. We can put you up on the
This is actually the lettering on that page. You can't really see from here. But
who's doing the lettering? Is it you, Robert?
Oh yeah, I'm doing the lettering as well. Yeah.
You can tell you've got your own style.
Thank you. I'm actually going different for demons and angels and I'm doing something a little different.
Do you tailor it according to the book? So there you actually, if it's a character that's a demon, the character that's an angel, you tailor it towards it. So you have narrative lettering as well.
So look here. This is a demon. Look at her lettering right here.
Roberto, are you saying that ladies are demons?
Well,
steady now, sir. We don't want to get us absolutely swatted off YouTube and X, completely wiped out. You know what I mean?
I think someone could be a demon in a good way,
the ladies watching.
Someone could definitely be a demon in a good way. But no, it's just that.
I just think so.
Indeed, it's just just some characters who do get possessed. But I could tell you here, he is sort of talking to person he was looking at, and he's basically saying it's kind of a spoiler too.
Hey, it's up to you. If you're bound by confidentiality, then we'll not press you, sir. But we will back it all the same.
I appreciate it. No, you'll see once you read it, you'll see what he means.
Oh,
But
we're going to see it and read it. How
yeah,
about this
it's a
one
bit
then?
of
Go on, then. What about this one? This one is so cool, man. Just to get
actually
colloquial with our language. This is so cool. Is this the main character? Faint?
the main antagonist, I would say.
Antagonist. Just look at this. Oh, what's that? Wait a minute. What we've got here? So look.
It's a sticker of that same character.
Sticker. Oh,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Stickers as well. We've got to talk about the merch in your campaign in a minute. Wow. So the main.
We have a bunch. Let me see if I show you that page here.
Please do.
Just so you can see what it looks like on colored and on black and white. It's very cool. It has this very bluish tint as this is happening in the night.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you would have the black and white here.
Yeah.
Which is also very luminescent, and you still got the light and all these things. I'm sorry, this camera's terrible.
No, that's fine. We can see it. But we do like, how you're black and white, but you've got spot color. It's not just spot color. Yeah. It's actually gradiated, with warmth.
Glare of his aura just going through. You can
Auras.
See the scene.
Auras, indeed. Aura is a very important thing, actually. When you're next to they say that the heart has an aura of about 2 feet in any direction, an auric aura. So when you overlap with somebody else and you are when you're bound as soulmates, that's where perhaps a place of love can come from. But when you go to a pop concert and you feel the energy, or a sports game, then we wonder why all those overlapping auric fields actually give you that high, that kind of spiritual high. Maybe that's us communing with the great ether, we wonder.
I'm actually, this is the second time that I've introduced this sort of aura things into my comics. I don't know if you remember in issue 2, but Lee, the character, the White Owl, the superhero comic, on issue 2, Lee says that he can see people with powers, and that he sees them like auras on them. So he sees this sort of different colors emanating from people, and he can sort of decipher what kind of powers those are. So it's just fun that it's something I'm experimenting with. Again, these demons and angels having their own auras and their own different colors, and almost like super seeing.
That all different people have different colored auric auras depending on their emotion or just the variety of the unique human beings. If we had 8 billion people on the planet, wouldn't they all have a unique auric aura each with a unique signature color?
Unique density, unique shading, unique everything.
It's funny. I look into the green light now and again just to connect with our audience. Intensity, you say?
Indeed.
Right then, what we've got next, we've got this. This is some of the bonus art. We couldn't have the show start on time without this, so we grabbed them. It was quite comical if you'd have seen us. We were absolutely foot to the metal. Got to get this in. Got to get this in. We actually sent out the tweet and saying, look, we're starting at 7:30, probably a minute after, and we just had to show this. Tell us about this bonus art here, please, sir.
So I do want to say, I do want to warn, this is not issue 1. I am just showing it because it looks so awesome. This is actually a page from issue 3. We are currently on we are finishing issue 3. We need 5 more pages to finish it. And then we'll start with issue 4 for Faint. I just received that page last week, and I'm like, I have to share this. This is beautiful. So this is another demon that enters the story in that issue. Can't say much about her. Can't say much about her powers or what she does. But you can clearly see she's not someone you want to mess with.
Indeed. We have to be very careful with ladies in general, but Lady Demons is another gear, isn't it? It's another gear shift where we have to mind the counsel of our words and let us be shy and modest, which we naturally are, actually, as an Azrael.
But we want to be like, let me show you a better view of her in color.
Go on then. Oh yeah, very nice, sir.
Also from issue 3.
Is that you on coloring, or did you say you had to give it up?
No. He did this one. I stopped coloring, to be honest. It just takes too long.
It takes too long. Is it frustrating balance of
It is.
art and commerce? Time to do the work to bring it in.
Yeah. I realized that if I wanted to, dedicate my time to sort of market this and, do it right, I needed to dedicate all my time to it. And the coloring just, Jesus, it takes months for me to color just one comic. I do enjoy it. It's like a very therapeutic feeling for me, and it's very fun. But I still have that with the lettering at least. So I'm still doing my own lettering, so that helps.
We would say, what can we say this? We don't issue decrees to our guests or anybody. In life, we are free to follow our own destiny. Azrael will never ever command or decree the will of another. They're free to do as they so choose. But we would implore counsel with a return to colour, because
I may do
it is possibly one of the most unique, emotive, and in keeping colouring styles we've seen. It's the rest of the book's fine. It's good. It looks good. The story's interesting, expressive concept and all that. But let's put it in Star Wars terms to you. Your colouring is John Williams. How about that for a compliment?
Yeah.
You hear us?
I'm gonna have to do covers then or something. Just
if you only do the cover.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking about that too.
That might be an idea. That might be a compromise, because it's all right having a great product, but as we know, often people complain there isn't the promotion in that 1 to 1,000 space, and they feel like they're trying to push this boulder, this Sisyphean task, and it's difficult, because if you haven't got John's Lombok or Michael Bancroft or the Killer Queen K-pop junkie who does so much promotional work, and ourselves, I mean, there are lots of people who still don't know about the 5 pillars of storytelling, K-pop junkie, John's Lombok, Michael Bancroft. We don't have a high bar for entry. The Nexus speaks its will, and we feel the Nexus flowing through us. We get our willpower from it. And what kind of things does the Nexus seem to seek? Creative leadership, energy, passion. Yeah. We don't think it's seeking Michelangelo, Alan Moore, or Dave Gibbons, or Frank Miller. Making our mark as individuals. The whole point of indie comics is you're unique colouring style, unique book and concepts. That's the person we want to talk to. Do we buy the 10th respin of Iron Man, or do we buy Faint and White Owl? Which one do you think we're going to pick? You hear me?
I was looking at the colors that I did for White Owl, and I did miss it. I did miss it a lot. I kept looking at the colors, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty good. Maybe.
We wonder if you could only do the colouring for one book, perhaps do the covers for both, and maybe just keep colouring White Owl.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then let somebody else do Faint, yeah? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. That's your passion, right?
This did take me a long time.
But you'll get faster over time. You'll get faster.
I did get faster.
The thing is, if you're using Photoshop, you'll get the efficiencies. It will come to you. You
get like better ways, better tools, better manners to do it. But
do you want a hint for efficiency?
Go.
I bet you use Photoshop, yeah?
Yeah.
Clip Studio now has a tool.
I keep hearing about it too.
Well, this is our gift to you, brother. Clip Studio. You can put the flats in, put a light source in, and it will graduate all the colors.
No way.
Flats. How about that for 500% time efficiency saving on your color?
No way. Really?
Yes way. Blown away. Seen it. Look, we'll send you a link via your XDM. Now you're thinking, aren't you?
Yeah. Send me the link, because that would have made my life so much easier.
And Clip Studio is cheaper. You pay for it once and it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about Photoshop too. I think I might have to go a different route.
You can go a different route, and you'll be you'll be about 5 to 10 times faster than on Photoshop. Photoshop is for the general image editor who's like pro expert kind of artist person, whereas Clip Studio was designed for comic artists, so there's lots of efficiencies in it, from lettering to coloring.
But you can.
Hey, Tim Olsen, hello there, sir.
Tim,
Master.
The fact that you can put a light source and it just sort of like match, that sounds amazing.
From below for Faint, from above for the hero.
You can sort of experiment around.
Yeah, you can actually drag it in real time.
Better.
You can drag it in real time. Yeah. So you only have to drop the flats in. it goes, right, that's what Roberto wants. He wants white colors, white. He wants a blue in the background, and then he wants some grey for the buildings. Light source, moon, and then it will actually put the shading and tonality in it. You don't have to start doing all the manual gradients like you do in Photoshop.
Because you know,
it will make you 10 times faster.
Normally, if you'll like color a page, right, and then you're like, you know what, I don't like this light source coming from here, you would basically have to redo the whole page.
Not with this. You can actually shift it in real time and tweak the page. Now your mind's blown.
It really is.
Very much in slow mo.
It is. Wow.
Yes. We do know one or two things that we're very cryptic about, but you know, such is our passion and love for another brother's love or something. He should not have to give that up by any mark. You know, we'll help him make some great noise for his product, but White Owl needs Roberto on colors. Simple. And those two covers. Got to do it, man. We're just saying.
Yeah, I
blown away. What we got here? Tim Olsen blown away, as in the movie. No, blown away, as in Roberto's coloring. You got to see his coloring. Roberto, please humor Tim Passion Olsen, because he is passion itself. Is Tim very passionate guy? We like him.
Some of my colors.
Some of your super. Let's get it right. Exotic coloring. There's White Owl. Yeah, that'd be a piece of cake in Clip Studio. And the covers.
And let's see. Oh, I did this one too on the back. I remember this. This is fun.
Oh, yes.
You can't, if you look closer, you can see his face in there, but it's very dark.
As Tim says, noise.
Noise. Then we got all of this basically, right? Let me look for the, maybe something like this.
Yeah, here we go. You seen this? You seen this, Tim?
Very different feel, very different emotions. You got the warmth here. You got the bluish for the nighttime. Got some horror here.
It's very good. There you go, Tim.
That's what we were talking about. Then you got even the black and white.
Tell you what, Tim, look at that. Great black and white noir. And look at the colouring burning on the orange logo and that lovely purple and white. Yeah. I mean, seriously. So we would like the noir edition. We think we're probably going to go for that. The noir edition looks cool.
I agree. I did not. I was not thinking I would love it this much, but it does look amazing.
It's that spot colour for a narrative, emotional moment, isn't it? Yeah.
It really is, yeah, and it makes everything feel like have more weight to it, you know.
Yeah, you've got a narrative weight on a pivotal emotional moment. Tim says, Tim Olsen, Tim Passion itself, Olsen says, so even the covers are black and white. Well, that's a variant, Tim. Robert, you've got the colour version of it as well, the black and white, the colours side by side. There you go, Tim. He's got both. We're going to go for the black and white one, but his colour one, obviously, with the two nemesis, antagonist, protagonist. Look. Oh, stop!
I do have this cover.
Cover concept is cool.
I do have this cover also in color as a poster.
Cool. Yes, as a poster, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just in color. But yeah, both versions. I think they both look great. It's basically what you want to read, right? If
we say so. Right then, moving on. What's this then? Is this like a concept cover of Cover Delights?
That's basically everything that is in the Kickstarter. You have the 2 issues, you have the 3 posters, and a bunch of stickers. I didn't want to overcomplicate it. I didn't want to fill it up with more stuff. We have a keychain planned for next campaign, not this one.
Nice one, cool.
Yeah, it's a little messed up, but it's basically this logo.
Nice one. Oh, tell you what, wait, let's put you on big screen again. Oh yes, very like that. Duality keychain.
It's kind of old. I was just doing it to see how it'll look like, but basically this.
Again, you're walking the talk. You're actually foreshadowing.
Oh yeah.
Your manifestation of your concept.
Yeah. It's on my keys.
Nice one.
Got my flag and this right here.
We like that. We do. We like that a lot. Tell you what, we've also got this. Tell us about this one. We love this panel.
Again, another warning. This panel is from issue 2. If you can tell, Uhama has a different sort of hairstyle on the first one. On the second one, he gets tired of it and he doesn't want to hide his cross anymore. He doesn't feel like there's a need for it, right?
Okay.
Perhaps in the other world he did it because he got too much backlash for it. But the whole idea is that this guy, he is an atheist. He does not believe there's a God, but he's still a good person, and he doesn't need religion to be his moral compass. So I guess maybe he did it to himself as a reminder of that. But starting on the story will force him to believe. He will have to.
Who's your? Well, we're going to talk about the creative team in a minute, but are you doing the lettering for that?
Yeah.
You really are good at lettering, aren't you? You've got what we like. You know what's pushed us over the edge, and we kind of fell over the cliff of that point where you go, I can't make up my. Down he goes, and you're thinking, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
He's got narrative in his color. Can't give it up. Clip Studio, and he's got narrative in his lettering, which will also be even faster in Clip Studio because it's vector based.
I would have to try. Yeah.
I mean, because you get it for a very cheap price. And then
there were a lot of talks about how we would do the lettering for Faint, because we do want to take some styles from manga, right? It was originally going to be a manga, but then I started doing this blocky word bubbles, and it just fits. It goes with it. It fits the narrative. It fits the style. I think
so. We think so. Definitely. That is just, and that mottled grey, we do like tonal grey work, grey washes in noir black and white work, but you've got the subtlest of fleshy tones.
Yeah.
I mean, commend it to the art team. Commendation. It just.
I will give it to him. He's great. He's amazing.
Absolute Batman or absolute Faint and absolute White Owl. We know what we're picking.
I'll take it. I appreciate that.
Not bother. We wouldn't say it if we didn't believe it. Now, what is going on here? Eat your heart out, Resident Evil 4.
Again, this panel is also from issue 2. Unfortunately, I can't. Are
you saying we've got to buy issue 2 as well? Oh, Robert, you're such a tease.
It's coming soon. It's just they look so cool, and I just wanted to share. There's way more than that, but Are
you sure you're not a salesman?
Do you see the aura, the blue aura right there?
Oh, the aura looks cool.
Man.
You got us convinced.
I showed this to somebody on Instagram, and he told me, he's like, I don't know what's going on here. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? He is full of blood. That's all you can tell. And he's got a smile on his face. Something's going down. I can't say much about this character. It's a spoiler. You will meet him on issue 2, though.
I'll tell you what, the use of colors is so outrageously different and unique. You know that we call it icing sugar birthday cake perfection coloring.
And it was very hard to get that blue to pop out like that, because when you do the color grading, it obviously color grades everything.
Yeah, tell us about it. You actually color grade. Now, what we don't discuss color grading of corporations, but everything is mustard and teal at the moment, and it drives us crazy. It's in the adverts, it's in the movies. I mean, it's almost like, are the people who's actually running our society, higher than the politicians, actually trying to tell us a message or something? What that the hybrids are running things, in teal and mustard? Look, just be honest with us. Say, we've decided that teal and mustard is the carte blanche coloring for this year, but you don't get that with Roberto's books. You get his passionate vision of color, which isn't mustard and teal. By God, let us be thankful for it.
Yes, sir. All my stories have their own different color grade.
As an artist ourselves, we know what you're saying regarding making that blue pop out. It's not an easy task to get that contrast. To keep it.
It's very saturated. It's very vibrant, blue only. So when you color grade everything, everything gets color graded. I had to take it out, put it on a different layer, and just
take it out of the color grading context on its own spot layer.
Yeah. And even then doing that, it will mess up with the skin and a bunch of other stuff. So then you have to figure out how to, it's a big thing, but we dealt with it and we did it, and I think it looks great. This is not done still, but there will be another revision.
Do you know what? You have got a gift for colour, sir, and this we remember now from the last chat that we had with you, that colour grading was a skill and a kind of finesse passion, almost like the what do you call them in the old masters' paintings? They put a glaze on, like
Right.
Turner would put a glaze over the final raw oil painting to actually tone down the painting and to bring it all together. A colour grading, yeah.
That's
and you've got the kind of technique of an old master, so maybe you inherited it from a bloodline in your ancestors past who were, I don't know, great artists who like to do that.
I think it was just trial and error, to be honest. You know, you first you learn how to color grade, and then you say, what's the right way to color grade? There is no right way, right? It all depends on what you're going for, what you want your story to look like. Sometimes you want your story to be very bright, very colorful, very this, or maybe have like an affiliation towards like more reddish or more greenish. It all depends on how you want the story to be perceived.
And this with the corporations, what you get is same old perfection, which is hollow.
That looks like raw footage that like just throwing an Instagram filter on it, barely even well thought out. But yeah.
you've got your own business model, your own plan, your own coloring style, your own lettering style, and it's all driven from your concepts that you've got in your pocket, you're walking around with, and you are manifesting them through your own creative choices as a unique individual from the planet of 8 billion.
And that's the fun part about it too.
Tell you what, Azrael chats tonight with Roberto Rodriguez about Faint and White Owl. Not only that, we're asking the big questions: the who, what, and why of indie comics and of his life artistic journey. Also, please like, comment, subscribe. It's a follow, folks. You don't have to pay anything. It helps keep it helps us build this channel for storytelling community to shine a light on indie creators like Roberto Rodriguez. Yeah, it's look, bring your shoulder to our cause. It's not an I. You may often hear we say we. There are many reasons why we use we, because it's not an I. It's not a selfish endeavor. Out of the 3 years of darkness that we will not talk about, we thought, how can we give back? How can we give? Not to receive for ourselves, but if you give, maybe you'll get a little bit back for whatever you choose to do in the future. It's called karma, folks.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Right, let's move.
Goes around, comes around.
Goes around, comes around. Tell us about. Let me see. Check the right one. Yeah, we have. Tell us about this
one now. So this is actually a page from White Owl issue 3. We're gonna start. We're gonna start promoting White Owl as soon as this campaign is finished. We have 1 week left, I believe, on the campaign. After that, it's gonna be full on White Owl issue 3. This guy is a new character that comes into the issue. You could tell he looks very young, and these people are bringing money to him. And this third guy, he's short, and he goes, care to explain. This guy, he started, I would say, as a drug dealer. He is now on a better path. He wants to legalize his sort of his empire, right? Yeah. So he has all these ways that he's trying to do that. These are some of his workers. His name is actually The Kid, his street name. They call him The Kid. Uh-huh. And he has a past history with White Owl. They used to be when White Owl started, they used to go out together as superheroes. His superhero's name was Strike. His power is electricity. So I just thought it was a cool, like a very cool title to just call him Strike the Kid. Very metal, very like just cool, I think. So this character, his first introduction, issue 3 on White Owl. There'll be more of him. Yeah, definitely will. Speaking of more, you don't think we'd not include a little bit more from the stash that you provided through our care of our DMs? Yes, sir. This guy, he is the official White Owl nemesis. Really? There's an official White Owl nemesis. He is the Joker to White Owl's Batman, the Luthor to White Owl's Superman. His story marks the rivalry that will take the story forward. Yeah. And he's coming also. His big introduction is on issue 3.
So we've got to know White Owl and his personal situation in issue 1
before
and 2.
it went
Like
down.
like in a kind of extended kind of origin, yeah, of getting to know the character. And
Yeah.
now we've got, as just as the Joker was for the Batman, the Nemesis has been introduced a little while later, just in time for that Trinity issue 3.
Yeah. So it's like the
Oh,
idea was,
come on, we're listening.
you can see the idea was issue 1, you meet the main characters, right? The couple, White Owl, Theo and Nubia, you meet them. Issue 2, you meet the other heroes. The story gets bigger, it gets expanded. Now on issue 3 is where I pull the rug out from under you and I say, "Oh, you thought wrong," or "You thought this is how it was gonna happen, but it's not." And the title of the issue is "Merc with a Heart." We only know one mercenary in the story of White Owl, so he is involved. I can't say his involvement. I can't say how, because it'll ruin the surprise, I think. But it'll be fun.
We like surprises here at the Five Pillars of Storytelling. We're not peakers, you know.
This is a big issue. This is a 35-page issue, I believe.
35-page issue
35
for
pages.
issue 3.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you're giving almost 15 pages extra. You're actually giving almost 100% more than a Team Blue or Team Red book.
Yeah, it needed those pages just to and encompass the what this character means coming into the story.
I'll tell you what. You also then get value with indie comics too, then.
And there might be a tragedy in there or two. I don't know.
Yes, man, you get you. Geez. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the next one. Tell us about this this scrub.
This is I think I can say what's going on here. This is his by the way, his name is Auburn Lane. He's a FBI detective, right? He is corrupt. Not necessarily corrupt, but he's not all okay up here.
Mm-hmm.
He is a man with a plan and a man who would do anything to complete that plan, regardless of what has to happen. He's a man who enjoys violence and, sort of like a twisted mental kind of guy. This scene right here is after he tries to apprehend someone who he fails. And this someone that he tried to apprehend actually murdered a few of his partners.
Uh-huh.
And he just walks away. He just walks away to go get breakfast because he didn't eat that morning. And you notice that as he's eating, he sees probably his partner's blood on his shoe, and he just, scrub it off.
Dear me, that is a bit of subtle foreshadowing. It's a clue.
He's a very cold individual.
A cold individual, a sociopath, and potentially a psychopath by the sounds of it. And it's not like we have people like that in power, but we don't talk about politics on this show.
Exactly.
Moving on, show faint trailer. Do you think we can?
Yeah.
Tell you what, let's have a little look here. See where
I wish I would have done the second trailer, maybe for the second issue, but this one I made a long time ago.
Let's have a look then. Let's get this sorted. Add to stage. What we've got to remove that one, and then add this to the stage. There's a certain
that's my voice in there too, by the way.
Is that your Batman voice?
Yeah. It's my demon voice or something. I don't know.
Here we go. Have we got to actually? Oh, let's play it, man.
I gave them life. He gave me death. I gave them pleasures a God cannot partake.
Good one.
Oh, here we go. A nice tease there.
I actually made that when we didn't have any pages done. That was a concept art from my brother that I animated with After Effects. But we had nothing to show for the comic yet. When I made that, it was just me messing around. I was gonna make another one, but my computer kind of went kaput.
Did it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it now, so hopefully I'll get it by today or tomorrow.
Cool.
I can continue lettering White Owl issue 3.
Would like that very much. Have you got backup data? Like, have you got an external hard drive where you can actually back up everything that's on it, just in case it?
I usually use like Google, so I do Drive.
Oh,
Google Drive.
so you're not losing it anyway.
Almost everything is in there.
Got
Yeah.
you. That's cool.
Oh, that would suck.
That would certainly suck.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We've got it here, folks. Tiers and merch for Faint. Tell us about the tiers, please, and the merch for the stickers.
So we have a few tiers. We have 3 digital tiers. You can get a digital copy of Faint for just $4. That comes with 1 random sticker, right? If you're not too sure about the story or you want to give it a shot before coming in, that would be a perfect tier for you, right? Just $4. Then you have I like the way I named the tiers: tragic, catastrophic, and horrific.
We like that. Very good. It's one of those little touches, isn't it? We like that.
Right. I thought it was so cool. I was just geeking out about it. And I told my friend and my brother, I'm like, look at how I named them. It's so cool. But anyway, then you have the first digital tragic bundle, which you get both issues of Faint, black and white and regular. And then you get all stickers, which are 3 stickers and 3 posters. So you get all of that digital. Then you bumped it up to $3 more, and you get all of what I just mentioned, plus my 5-page one-shot horror comic named Father. It's just a 5-page little story. I don't think I'm gonna come back to it. I don't think I'm gonna continue it. It's just something I made to sort of challenge myself.
Okay.
And you also get both issues of White Owl 1 and 2 digitally for $10. That is 3 issues, 1 5-page horror comic, and like 3 posters, 3 stickers for $10. Though that's it for the digital tiers. On the physical, we have a little more. We can ignore the very big ones. Those are if you want to get multiple copies. For $10, you can get the regular version of Faint. Regular, we call it Faint grade.
There you go. So look, yeah,
it's the regular Faint grade, $10. I believe it's $5 for shipping. I'm not sure. You can check it out. But you can get also the black and white by itself for $13. There is 1 bundle where you can get both of these, plus 1 sticker and 1 poster for just $20. I believe I also have some early specials there. I believe there's 2 left where you can get both of these for just $16. Also, you add $5 to the 20, you get this, both of them physically. You get this 3 posters and all 3 stickers for $25. And then anything past that is just multiple issues. I believe with the catastrophic tier, that's like $40. You get both of these issues. You get both of my White Owl comics, and all posters and stickers, including posters and stickers for White Owl. If you remember what those look like.
Go on.
I have a few. I don't have them all here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, the posters,
yeah.
Oh, that's the one. Like that one.
I have the
brooding noir.
The paradox one somewhere. Let's see. It's on the back of this issue, but it's also a poster.
Paradox, we remember. Oh yes, look at that. But the old
there are tiers where you can get all of these comics together, even though they're different.
Cool. Oh, there's your buddy in the background there. Bless him.
Want to get a fruit or something?
A fruit or something.
Yeah. He's always asking me, "Puppy, what are you working on? Is this another one? Another comic?" I can't show him Faint though. That's not.
The mind of a child.
Indeed.
Right then. How about we move on to the next slide? Will I like Faint and White Owl? Who is it for, Roberto?
So, Faint is a horror comic. It's very dark. I would say is for fans of things like anime, like Attack on Titans, the Demon Slayer, things like. I guess you can throw a little bit of Supernatural in there, the actual live action show. It is for people who like I would say even some of the inspiration was from like The Walking Dead,
Got you.
and even things like Game of Thrones, in its world building at least, and Castlevania on Netflix, another big inspiration for Faint. So if you like any of those, you probably like Faint. It is very dark, it is very bloody and gory, but it has an insane amount of heart, and it's overall about friendship, and it's a beautiful story. I feel like the darker you can go, the more impact the heart will have in the
Got
story.
you. Yes.
And then White Owl. White Owl is a superhero comic. It is, it's funny. It's a little lighter. It's still a little, it's still a little serious and a little dark.
Got a bit of
Nothing
light,
extreme.
a bit of darkness.
Yeah. You have a little sprinkles in there. I would say for fans of things like Invincible. I
Bit more punch to it. A bit of a meaty punch.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to throw The Boys in there because it doesn't have that. It's not that crazy.
No, not that crazy.
No, not.
That,
but if you like the more serious, the more type of storytelling, it is still lighthearted. It is still fun. It is still just a superhero trying to figure it out. How to wear the costume, how to wear the mask for the first time. So there's a lot of fun elements.
Almost like harking back to the Bronze era in the 70s and the kind of mid 80s with Jim Shooter's Team Red, and that you can have a bit of a hard edge to it. You can put your shoulder into the story, but it's not boys nutcase territory.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't go
too
there,
far.
But it does have little themes and little things that happen where it can be a little serious or a little too gratuitous, but it is still a very superhero origin story, and it's like a street level hero, at least on this volume. And then we'll see what happens after. This is finally the introduction of my character's villain. This is right here the rivalry that will take the story forward from here on out. So this is a big issue, and this is the biggest issue of White Owl yet.
It looks it. We have to really give props to your creative team. Pass it on to the artist. He's absolutely killed it.
Same artist.
Emmanuel.
No, they're both the same artists. Now.
For both covers?
Yeah.
Really?
No, both comics.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's insane. So he can do the dark style, but also the Bronze era kind of hero style.
And we were in a lot of talks about it because they're two different completely styles. And I wanted to see if he was actually going to be able to do it.
Because you want to keep it low to the ground. One artist, so that way you're not trying to pay lots of different people having.
Yeah.
As shall say,
it wasn't really a choice. The first artist that I started White Owl with, he just couldn't do it anymore. He told me that he didn't have the time. He didn't. See ya.
Hey, Bear Merchants. Hello there, brother. Glad to see you taking a break from the United game. A bit of a dodgy season they're having. Great that you're pleased to see the channel up and running. Come on, Forest at the weekend. Glad you think so. Quite the transformation, eh? We're 30 points ahead of where we were last year. Survived relegation. We're talking football, Roberto. Nottingham Forest at the world famous City Ground in Nottingham. And geopolitically, that's where we, shall we say, our heart is. And they're having a very good time. Care of Nuno, who's brought his unique brand of football and chemistry and passion to the game. And we're glad that you keep an eye on the channel. And go on, we'll give United a bit of good luck in the game because they might help us. As Jerry Maguire used to say, help me to help you. That kind of thing. Anyway, good to see you here in the chat. Glad you're listening. Thank you. Great to see you.
Thank you very much, John.
Anyway, Roberto, what we like about this cover, it's Nemesis, superhero, and look at this colouring, contrasting from this almost Brian Boland. Brian Boland was the man in the 80s for comic covers. And there's almost like this Brian Boland kind of, you can pass the compliment on to your art guy. I tell you what, the contrast between those lovely clean Brian Boland inspired arts for the character and the kind of texture and almost, is that intentional for it to be psychotic? Sorry, because a moth's just flown into our attic window. We knew leaving the attic window open was a bad idea. If we don't, we cook.
You should have just
Yeah, other than that, and swallowed it. After all, we're probably in about an hour's time. We're going to get really hungry. We're going to start with our. We're going to start with the left hand. We're going to eat it and go down. You know, let's eat the rice before that time.
Just start with a finger. You know, you need the hand.
Yes. Well, funny enough, lose a finger, lose your soul, eh? So anyway,
Nice, nice.
nice to see what we did there.
Nice.
You can think on our feet and multitask after all. They're very ideal.
Yeah, I like that. Well done.
Edge way. Right. Try and behave ourselves. Will I like faint white? Look, did you do the colouring on that background?
No, I did. I colored Faint issue 1, but I didn't. I color graded it. I didn't do the colors here.
But you're still in charge of the colour grading.
I still color graded it. Yeah,
I
might touch it a little bit more. I feel like White Owl was still a little too dark. I'm just gonna make him a little pop out a little more.
We would say we concur with the idea. Just get a touch more pop, but it looks nice. But by giving, like you've done with the guy with the blue aura, just make it pop just a little bit more.
Yeah, something like that.
We hear you. Yeah. Let's go to the next slide. I tell you what, you've got a gift with colour. You can see it. Let's move on. White Owl 3. White Owl hashtag 1 to 3. The serious folks 3 is pending on campaign. Merc with a heart. We like that. Nice and catchy. A mysterious foe, and this our hero to take down a corrupt FBI agent who is leaving a trail of blood hell-bent on his tail.
Yes, sir.
What's a White Owl 3 going to give us? Is it going to give it to us, Roberto?
There are a lot of things being set up here. There's a lot of action in this issue. I want to talk about something that I'm going to do on this issue that's a little different.
Bring it.
The document that you highlighted. Oh, so I have this idea for this issue where there is an infamous sort of article or document that the characters in the story speak about, right? It's some sort of like whistleblower interview that was done with an important character in the story. The character of Nubia, White Owl's girlfriend, she makes a transcript of this interaction, of this interview. And I'm actually thinking of doing the transcript on its own, as if it were revised by her. So the idea is she will leave it on the desk for Theodore to read it whenever he has a chance, I guess. And we will get this physical document that Nubia wrote, with like maybe a coffee stain somewhere, maybe a little hard eyes or something, a little message for Theodore that she'll leave there. So it would be like on her handwriting, on her little style. It'll be like a little document that would be extra, or at least come with the issue. So it's gonna be very cool. Nubia has a background of a reporter. She was very interested in that. So she does like all the sort of things where she can speak out and say the things that everyone else is afraid to say. Maybe go on the news and say this. And this is what she's trying to do with this particular document or article in the story. You get more about it within the panels, of course, and you do get to know who's the character in question. I can't say it's a spoiler, but it has a lot to do with that mysterious foe.
I'll tell you what, that has to be. I hope you're hearing this now, because I'll tell you what, that has to be one of the indie comic covers of the year.
Thank you. I hope so. There's another one coming. It's not done yet. There's another one.
So, dude, get your stuff into the 5 Pillars of Story promos. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. We've got the power. Pick up the. We'll bring our arm to it. You want the arm? You know what to do, yeah?
Yes,
usually it goes out at 4:00 Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you work backwards in American time from that,
I'm usually 5 hours before you.
Yeah.
So 11ish.
Yeah. And so, like I said, sometimes tonight it's going out late because we had private issues to deal with. So we private engagements. So we were kind of battling the tidal forces of time, but we thought we've got to get this done for Roberto. So we prioritized this. over our normal promo. So, there you go. You see, the things you don't see in the background, we put you first on this occasion, yeah? And we want to, we didn't want to be late for you, but when you showed us the extra art, we thought, got to put it in. So we were just a little bit over. But I'll tell you what, that's got to be, tell your artist this, that's one of the, and the color grading as well, got to be one of the covers of the year. If whoever, I mean, the other we're thinking of, Michael Bancroft's Lucent cover with the girl falling, which she's got fiery red hair. She's falling against the blue background.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, yours stands out, and there's one or two more. But I'll tell you what, right now, we look at that and think, who beats that? Just saying, I
can't wait to show you the other one. Oh, yeah.
Well, we can't wait. Now, tell us about White Owl 3. Is this like an alt cover, like the back cover thing?
Yeah. So I like to do back covers on my issues. I see a lot of people just do a logo or just leave it black. I think it's a missed opportunity.
Absolutely.
Just something cool in there, right?
Let's have a look. Well, put them back up. We've got to put you on big screen. Let's have a look at you. Yes, sir.
Just put something cool in there, right? Something from the comic. That particular picture you were showing, that will be the back cover for White Owl issue 3.
So the way you're
saying, I might even do a poster of it, maybe. I'm not sure.
What we like is the way you put little touches at a time. And what separates us from the not so big boys anymore, because their numbers aren't a million like they were in the 1940s.
Yep.
They're on 10.
We're growing in power.
We're growing in power. They've got 10 to 20k in sales. If you sell 1,000 of White Owl, you're climbing. You're actually, like that scene in Lord of the Rings or the Green Army takes down the orcs. That's what we're going to do, man. That's how it's going down. You hear me? You read me?
Sir. The few will take the many.
Oh yes, you just got to be the leader. We'll bring our shoulders. We'll bring the rest. Right. Tell us about this, please.
Nice.
Interior art from White Owl 3. Oh yeah.
This is, by the way, these are the lettering here is not done by me. This is what my artist does, just to give me an idea. I revised them when I do it myself, so it will look different. It's not color graded either. I have not touched these pages yet. I'm waiting for my computer. But these are pages in White Owl issue 3. As you can tell in that first image right there, White Owl was calling Momentum. Momentum's like, White Owl, give me a sec, like I'm busy. And then you can see her just sort of like walking by the bullets like it's nothing. Punch the guy, and then she's like, hey, I'm free, what do you need? And he's asking her for something. We see something else from Auburn, the guy that we were talking about before, the nemesis. I won't say much about him. Same thing here with White Owl. He's stopping some guys from, I believe this part is either an arms deal, or some sort of human trafficking situation. He does both in the issue. So I'm not sure which one that is. But yeah, this is drawn by the new artist, so you can see he can hold out and he can defend himself.
Chops. He can handle it.
He got it too. The other one was great. No shade thrown there. He was amazing. It's just the way that it happened was a little. It was very, let me scratch my head. He had done 15 pages of this issue.
Artists can be their own little in their own little world. You know what I mean? They can be in their own little world. You know what I mean? Bianca Yamakoshi.
Nice.
Welcome back. Looking at the eyes. Absolutely, it's all about the eyes. Bianca Yamakoshi.
Yes, the eyes never lie.
Yeah, sometimes you can you get a spark in the eyes, and you can get lost in eyes, and then before you know it, you're drowning in a sea of staring. And anyway, what we like here is that you've got this raw, naked set of coloring.
Yes.
And you're saying that with your talent at color grading, like they do in movies, is a professional term to actually give a unity and color narrative to the page as a whole.
Yep. So these pages will look different. Maybe even I'll change the color of some of these backgrounds. It all depends on how I'm feeling when I'm doing it, right? But it will look different, a little more like the mood would be different, the feel. But even without it, it looks great already. It's just let's see what we can do to make it look even better.
I tell you what, it's the sense of procession and ceremony you have for the creative process. You're not getting this from the big two. Not now, not ever.
Yep. Not
You're
anymore.
you're, you know, it's one of our favorite phrases from the 5 pillars of storytelling. It's not corporate, it's personal. It's got a soul and it's got heart,
Yep.
an individual heart. And that picture we saw up there earlier on in the slide with the family, that's what's in your work and all you fight for, brother.
I agree. It's definitely something, I'm very passionate about. And it's something that there's a lot of talks, there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of planning. My artist will send me, the first thing he does is he sends me like a sketch of all the panels. Then I would compare that with my script. And, I'll go back and forth until I say, oh, maybe this sketch is, maybe he should be in this position, or maybe the angle is wrong and it's better for the story if we do it from here because we need to see this, or we go back and forth, and he'll make the changes, and then he'll send me the updated script. And even after he finishes it, he'll still say, hey, listen, go through it one more time and let me know any changes, which I love. And this is
working with you. He's not offended that you got Edinburgh. He's working.
I feel bad sometimes, and I tell him, dude, I am so sorry, I overlooked this and that. He's like, listen, no worries at all. I'll do it. I'll get it done, and I appreciate that. But that's because we've already built that rapport.
That rapport. He's linked. My mind is your mind, like Spock from Star Trek when he does like the mind meld. That's what you've got between.
We already got that together.
Just that. Got it. Like that.
We already got that. He trusts me. I trust him. We started from, one of those apps. I think it was Upwork. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's like Fiverr and all those other ones. I feel it's a little more official than Fiverr. Upwork is called. UP work is to find artists and to find creatives to do stuff for you. When we started, we did it through the app. But then after I saw that we were already getting along and we had this great communication, I told him, hey, listen, if you want, we can do this directly. You don't have to give whatever portion to those guys. And he agreed. From there, we started talking on WhatsApp. And since then, it's been great. No complaints.
You're saying trust is a friendship built on trust, and you've known each other a little time and built upon that relationship.
Yep.
All relationships are built on that foundation of trust.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if you've had a very bruising creative relationship in the past with an artist who just was indifferent and cleared off.
Yeah, and just
we can make a choice to have a new friendship with a new passion, and hopefully that will restore our faith in human beings.
And there's been times where he'll be drawing something and he himself comes to me and he says, listen, Rob, in the script you say this, but I actually think it makes more sense if we do it from this angle, or if we do this. And not all of it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is how I want it, this is how I wrote it, this is how I think it looks cool. But sometimes I'm like, you know what, you're right. And I'm like, just put your idea in there and let me see, and then we'll see which one looks better. And a lot of the times he's right, and a lot of the times it's that artistic collaboration,
push pull.
Yeah, that makes the best product.
You get that in all relationships. Some days your artist might have a bad day, maybe he loses temper, but you understand he's feeling the pressure of the work deadline. Other times, it might be defeat, but with a creative relationship, you can also share your victories. So it's the ebb and flow, yeah.
Yep. And I have the same attitude when I do like other artists for like variants and stuff, which I'm trying to do more now. I'll tell them, I'm like, listen, throw your style in there. Whatever idea I give you, follow it, but you don't have to follow it to a T. You can put some of your own stuff in there, some of your own style, some of your own ideas. If it works, I'll tell you. If it doesn't, I'll tell you. And
you're going to get color graded if it doesn't work.
Well, they're going to get color graded anyway.
So why you could get, well, yes, as night follows day.
Yeah.
Right then, why do you create indie comics, Roberto? When did your journey with indie comics begin? Why is it creative control, being a man of your own destiny? Is it because you don't want your comic to be covered in mustard and teal, and that you want to do your own thing?
It's definitely, it began with I've always had an affinity towards like just storytelling in general, right? Like I said, I started writing novels, so I had my own stories already in my head. that I wanted to tell, and I was just sort of looking for mediums where I can use to tell these stories. And I stumbled onto comics, and I thought maybe it's a great idea. And now that I'm doing, it's funny because my girlfriend actually asked me this question before. She said, which one was more fun for you, the poetry books or the comic books? And I had fun with both of them. They're both. I'll probably still do both, but I'm having a lot more fun with the comic books. It's just.
Did you say the F word on our show?
No. I said fun. Did I?
This is fun. Yes, we like fun, folks.
You're making me what we're saying. I'm like, oh my god, because I do say it all the time.
I know. We're trying to behave ourselves here. Now and again, we would just see if the guest is paying attention with our belt.
I forgot. I was like, did I? Maybe I did.
Did I? No, you didn't.
Fun.
You're cool, man. Fun. Now, wait a minute here. No, we had a guest actually, Heather of Next Evolution. Check out her book. And we backed both her books, yeah. And I tell you what, we were having an interview, a chat together, and I was looking for the term suspension of disbelief. You know, as guys living in the next planet, and then she just nipped in and said, "Indie comics can be fun." And I look back at that now, at that part of the interview, and laugh at me because I was going for, yes, what's that term? Suspension of disbelief. And she, we were like there on another planet, and she just said, "Indie comics can be fun." Is that what you're trying to say, Azrael? she nailed us to the cross upside down on that one. Actually happened in a nice way, totally nice way. So then, here we go. Let's go to the next one. Creative team. Tell us, this new boy is the new kid in town. Has he got the art chops?
He is an artist named Alberto. He's based in Chile. He's incredible, man. I let me see if I can show his Instagram. I would love to get more clients his way because he's just incredible. He's very it's just the communication that we have, I guess. We're always talking. He's always keeping me and us updated on what page he's working on, what he's doing. This is the.
Oh yes, we see.
TS. Okay, so it's TSEL_mind.
Yeah.
TSEL_mind. He actually plays the guitar too, so you'll see a few videos on the guitar there. And he does post some of the working that he did. This is Faint right here. Some of the later issues. So you might even get a little preview in there from things that will come back,
We'd like to see him, Roberto, on Instagram, but Instagram vox Azrael for his enthusiasm, which obviously we contain ourselves on X because we know it now. Oh, very good. That's like
that's him drawing Theodore White Owl.
Cool, White Owl, nice. Like it.
You can't really. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, we can see it now. Oh yes, up close, intimate.
Oh, what about that one?
Oh, very nice, very good. Got a bit of pouting and a bit of moodiness. Let's see if we can do that.
I think so. I think we succeeded.
Maybe we need to do a bit of this as well. Bit of what we call this a self hug. That's it. I hear hilarious baritone voices. Indeed. Yes. Now we have got something else. Beyond the creative team, what advice would you give aspiring creators? We listen, learn, and share. And in the early decades ago, there was nothing. Now we have Star Trek technology where if you want to look at Steve Rude, a fine artist and comic artist work, you can actually perch on the master's shoulder with the streaming Star Trek technology. So what advice would you give to young aspiring creators to harness this power of the gods at their fingertips? Very soft fingertips, we may add, folks.
And keep them. Lose a finger, lose a soil, right?
Well, yes, we like to have smoothies. We are part-time vegetarians, we say.
So every time I always say just start the process. I think today I'll say something different. Support other creators who are just like you. I feel like I've seen it over and over, especially on Twitter, man. Nobody shares anything anymore. Nobody Nobody says, "Hey, listen, this guy that I know." Well, obviously we do, right?
We do. By sword of light and decree of Azrael.
Exactly, but some people just don't, and the bigger they get, the worse it gets. You notice, and you would think, hey, this is the community. This is what we should be doing. I personally am collecting indie comics. That's what I'm having fun doing. A lot of them I haven't even read, but just support other people doing what you're doing, and maybe you create your own little community that way. And maybe it's not necessarily just looking for their support, right? Because you want to sell your book to an audience that wants it, not necessarily other creators. But if it happens, that's great. And if it doesn't, then maybe you guys can start a conversation. Maybe you guys can collaborate. I mean, you know how expensive it is to create a comic book by yourself? A team of 3, just me, my brother, and my friend. It's been so much easier than creating it alone. And if I could have those connections with other people online, I would. Unfortunately, it's a dog eat dog world, right? Everyone's out for their own.
So, Roberto, are you saying we don't have to be alone and that it's a choice?
There is absolutely no need. There is enough success out there for everybody. We can share. We can all take a piece. So then when you have, then when you have someone who wants the whole piece, and a lot of the times maybe they get there, maybe they get their piece, but it's noticeable when their head gets too big.
Ere that Azrael's head gets too big, let Zeus himself.
I think mine's bigger actually.
Let Zeus strike him down if his modesty is broken.
That's something we should never lose: humility and modesty.
If our channel was 10 times bigger, nay, 100 times bigger, perhaps even 1,000 times bigger, we would bring our shoulder to someone who would fight, not behind him. We don't want followers. We want creative leaders. If they can wield and pick up the sword of Azrael, if they have courage, they can wield the power of Azrael. But picking it up and wielding it is not enough. What will they do with that power?
Indeed.
Something to consider.
Indeed.
So yes, I tell you what, everything you said there, you actually nailed that answer to the cross. Because, indie comic creators, it was something that I mentioned on our last show, actually, that we had Dreams Uncharted on. And he said there is a tendency in indie comics to be like this.
Yep.
Say be entitled, but if you're like this,
yep,
you're not open. Now, once upon a time, Azrael was guilty of his hands being like this. Yeah? But to be more open to being hurt and vulnerable, we must do this.
Open it up.
Got to open it up.
I agree. You asked me who my artist is. I'll show you, and I would love it if more clients come his way. There have been people who I ask, and it's like they're guarding the biggest secret of the world, because don't you want more clients for your artists? Don't you want your artists to make more money? It's different out there, I guess, that things have changed.
You can't keep that person, the butterfly.
You got to let them fly, man, right?
Butterfly. You
can enjoy them as much as you can, but don't safeguard them.
So we must let the butterfly fly. We stopped there for what we're going to say, Roberto, because you said it better. You've got to let them fly. And if they so choose, of their own volition and freedom, they will fly to you.
Yes, sir. And that is much better than, you collecting them, right? You finding them and just keeping them in your pocket as your possession, rather than them flying to you on their own accord.
The best kind of love, you think, of free will,
is free will. Tying it back to Faint, right?
Just saying.
Love to see it.
You're so naughty tonight. Why are you so light of feet and shoulders, so unburdened and less heavy? Who can say? Right then, for Azrael is sole discretion. What superhero would you be, White Owl Robert Rodriguez? Has it changed from last time?
No, it hasn't changed from last time. Lee, I think his power is too cool. Later on, but right now he's just opening portals. Later on in the story, he'll be able to not just jump further, but he'll be able to move his portals in free space. He'll be able to do like sort of gravitational pulls to his portals and even pushes. And he'll be able to reshape them whichever way he wants, which it's super cool. You know, he could stand still and just have a portal like sort of transport his body like nothing. Actually, on issue 4, there is a scene between Lee and Momentum where there's a bad guy. He's running, and 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 Momentum says, "You think you think you can get him faster than me?" And then he goes, I know I can." So even though she has super speed, you know, she runs behind him, but all this guy has to do is open up a portal under him.
Who'd have thought?
He just falls right through it.
So you're saying you like a special power with a portal
Open up portals
take you
and-
anywhere. Open up portals. And Roberto, where would you go if you could open a portal right now?
I would probably do it right from my torso up, just so like, you know, just so my torso and my face are like on France right now. For a second, just look around, you know.
Friends, for a little look around.
Just for a look around. Maybe I'll open up a portal in my hand and grab a baguette or something, right?
Now, an intriguing question proffers in Azrael's mind, his hive mind. Where would Azrael go if he could open a portal right now?
Maybe you can open up a portal with a hand and yank this out of my hand.
That'd be an interesting option. Where would he go?
What superhero would you be?
How about looking at him? That sounds immodest, but he would only use his power, for such is the strength of another.
Yes, sir.
Right, we shall move on. Bonus questions. Here we go. We're going in. What got you into comics?
I think it was just the medium, just trying to figure out how they worked. You know, how deep do the stories really go? How in depth are the characters summarized and told? I think I started with Daredevil. No, it was Spawn, but I really like Daredevil as well. And then, you know, it was first you get into it as a reader, right? You just want to read, this is cool. And then you get into it as maybe I can make my own. It was just kind of random when I got the idea. Oh, maybe I can make my own comic. That sounds cool. And also a very like huge desire to sort of like I don't want to say dominate, but to master all genres, right? I want to be able to tell you a funny story, a comedy, some sci-fi, a horror, a superhero. I want to be able to sort of say that I can tell you a story in every genre and it's good.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
We like that flexibility because if you have a range of IPs,
yeah,
and one of them catches light, you've given your audience a chance. Don't like Batman? We've got this horror comic for you. We've got Faint. If you don't like White Owl Batman, you've got Faint. You know, I don't know.
There's more. There's more coming too.
And more coming too. So let's say you've got 5 different IPs, and one of them catches light. Then basically, you know, maybe a movie approaches you. Movie approached you and said, you know what, we'll give you $1 million for the rights.
That would be great. And I would say no. Give me $1 million and I get to executive produce it.
That's it. Well, if you look at J.K. Rowland with Harry Potter, she kept creative control. She was actually on the set.
You see, I want that. I would love that. That's the way I would go about it. I think I wouldn't. They would hate me though because I wouldn't shut up.
But the thing is, why not? It's your stuff.
Right.
Get it? But we would say if you had 6, think of it in terms of a dice. If you had 6 IPs, and they were all on maybe 2 issues per year, yeah.
Right.
So what's that? 6 2s is 12, and so that means that's on average an issue per month. That's one way that indie comics can circumvent scheduling.
That's
Now,
true.
roll the dice on that. What do we mean about that? Roll the dice. If you roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you will get a customer. It's not like Monopoly where you need a 6 to start.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just saying.
But I think
It's tonight. What is up with you, Azrael? It's so generous tonight.
I think this too being my ongoing series is enough right now.
No.
The ideas that I have will be one shots probably. I'm thinking right now of writing an intergalactic sort of like rom-com action, obviously a super action pack, but that one would be like a one shot 50 70 pages story. Boom, right there.
Romance and comedy. Two great things to have in common.
Romance, action, comedy, intergalactic action. Very fun. We'll see.
Rom-com sounds good to us. You're saying
See?
you can write your own movie and
Yeah.
act in it. Right then, we like the way you got into comics. What do you like about indie comics? I think we've done that already, haven't we? Let's
Yeah, sort of. You know, we're
Sort
talking about how the voice, the voice of every creator is there.
It's look, yeah. It's the voice of any creator. On here, what you can see, here's corporate comics.
Yeah.
Here's personal comics.
Yeah.
Out of the two, Azrael knows which ones he's going to back. Faint and White Owl. We're already on issue 3 of White Owl, pending its arrival.
It will come out soon. As soon as Faint is finished, I'm gonna start marketing for like maybe 2 months. So I'm thinking July. Let's hope. Let's see.
July. We hear July is a very good month.
Let's see.
Especially the middle. So they say.
So they say.
Moving swiftly on, what are your plans for Faint and White Owl going forwards? We put the Faint in orange. I don't know, no reason.
That's cool. It matches the title card right there. I will. The plan is for me to get a bit of a head start. I already have this head start with Faint. We are
building a buffer zone, a buffer.
We are finishing issue 3 now of Faint, so we are getting the head start. With White Owl, we're working on it as well. We're working on issue 4 right now, a little slower, but we have 5 pages finished. By the time it's out, we should have issue 4 done. And issue 4 is sort of where we take the fantastical elements of White Owl and stretch them out. We'll talk about that when we get there. But the idea is we want to get to the point where we can do at least 3 issues a year for each of these.
Excellent. So in a
every
sense,
2 months an issue.
You're almost going to have a quarterly schedule where at least every quarterly you'll have something coming out.
Yeah.
4 issues a year.
That's the idea. That's the plan.
Do you know what? We think this is where indie comics have got to grasp the nettle, perhaps. We humbly say this because we haven't done it yet, so we're not preaching. What we'd say, Roberto's showing production planning to keep consistent. He's not doing one comic and then you don't see or hear from him for half a year or a year. You lose your no. But
we're trying now for next year. Well, we have a bunch of things on our list, right? We want to build a website so people can buy it through there, even after the campaign is done, so we can stop doing the campaigns too. We want to get them into bookstores. So those things are next. But while we do that as well, we are actively trying to get a head start on our issues, so that we can just, we don't have to wait half a year for an issue or a full year for something new, which is the case now with White Owl. White Owl 2 I released December last year, I believe. Was it? Something like that, yeah.
Tell you what, you may not have noticed, but we actually have on our makeup light an orange for Faint.
Oh, yeah,
every guest gets their own color.
I think you did green. You did blue last time I was here.
That's right. White Owl. There you go. Just got to complete the circle, yin and yang, man.
I would do it, but I think there's too much light outside right now.
Indeed. Listen, Dreams Uncharted. What do they say about the pizza they like? What was it? Something chicken. It was
barbecue chicken. No?
Well, I'll have to check that actually, but it'll come back to us. What was it? Buffalo chicken. Buffalo chicken
too. Yeah.
that nice?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Do you like spice?
Now, you've asked a question there. Let us pause for a moment for a question of gravity. Does Azrael like spice?
I have a feeling you do.
Elegant spice? Even better.
Nice. Nice.
Sorry, we got lost there in the moment. Anyway, what your pizza was barbecue chicken kind of pizza last time?
I do like barbecue chicken now. Pepperoni regular. My kid can answer that one. Bobby, what's my favorite pizza?
Hey, young man, good to see you.
Say hi.
Young brother at arms.
What's your favorite pizza?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni, good taste. Champions. Taste pizza of champions.
What's
Nice
yours,
one.
Scal?
Oh, Azrael's favorite pizza.
I believe you said something about 3 cheese before, something like that.
Oh yeah, we did like that one. Which honestly, right now, before we start eating this, it would be probably any pizza. But I'll tell you what, we do have one: chicken, thin and crispy chicken and mushroom pizza.
Nice.
But we want to try the buffalo and the triple cheese pizza. Very nice. It's that will help you sleep at night. Just be in heaven.
Well, it will knock you out.
We wouldn't mind that.
In a good way.
Oh, in a good way. Bring it on.
Yes, sir.
What have we got in the chat? We've got, what the heck? Another midweek stream? Cool. Master Crenshaw, FAO. Brother at arms. Shoulder to the shoulder. Brother, by way of sword. Crenshaw.
By way of sword.
Thou art most welcome. You've got to have a little look at this, Master Crenshaw. We've got Roberto showing off his indie comic.
Faint.
And Nemesis. That is a truly lovely cover. Our favourite is the noir one, but I tell you what, I do like the back-to-back Nemesis protagonist-antagonist thing. Look at that noir-hearted beauty. We'd be tempted to say, whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We're gonna continue to do this with the other issues with the black and white.
Yeah, you could certainly drown in the eyes of that cover.
Indeed.
Good to have you here, Crenshaw. I'll just say welcome, brother. I'll just put that in the chat. Welcome, bro. There we go.
Welcome to the chat.
Right then, here we go. Let's go to the next slide. Faint number 1, Kickstarter live at Rob0797. Where can they find out more info, Roberto?
So we're still working on our website. We'll have it soon, hopefully. You can find me on Twitter as Rob0797 or X.
Are you saying that some good things can happen on X, Roberto?
Yeah, I think so.
Bottom of the fuselage tank?
Every once in a while, right?
With an oil and petrol? Anybody would think that you catch fire at the bottom of such a fuselage.
I am also on Instagram as White Owl Comic. And I just recently got into Facebook for Faint. So you can search out Fake Comics for the official Faint home space. If you want to ask any questions, if you want to see what we're working on, you can go there. And currently right now for the next week, we have the Kickstarter campaign. So you have 7 days.
Oh, there he is.
Secure your copy.
So we've got days. We've still got time to get on board the Roberto train, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Here we go. Right then. We've just remembered where we'd like to go. Maybe a far-off land with the portal power. Probably, I don't know, maybe balcony in greatest need. Pick up the sword.
Pick up the Azrael sword.
Wield it with purpose. And let Azrael time and space into.
My little bird.
Yo, your man is killing us. They're absolutely brilliant. We would let's come on. Let's have father and son and children to say goodbye. Let's say goodbye. Let's do it. Look, let's have a look. Oh, lovely that.
This is the one whose name is kind of rhymes with yours. Azrael.
Azrael. Oh, there we go.
Azrael. His name is Azrael. Like Azrael.
There you go. I'll tell you what, we've got to do the goodbye with you guys on the shot. Thank you very much for being our special guest. Good luck, Roberto.
Thank
with
you.
Paint and White Owl, but as night follows day, we will back both. Please like, comment. They say subscribe on YouTube, but it's just a follow, folks. Log in and follow. It really helps the channel so we can shine a little love on your heart.
All the love.
All the love. Azrael, big love. Know what I'm saying?
Fun.
Right, and let's get the outro. Let's do it. Have it easy, Roberto. If I keep back, I'm following your career. Great.
Thank you.